G'day and welcome to episode 100 of the Guy Who Sews podcast. My name is Sean and this is my weekly update where I share my quilting adventures. I'd like to welcome both new and returning viewers, but if you are new, I would love it if you take just a few moments to say hi in the comments. Come see what I've been up to, what I completed, and all the other fun and exciting news, but let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. I got a decent amount of stuff done this week. I always like to get more done, but I look back and I did a good amount. So let's take a look and see what we had achieved. The first thing I want to share is the Pandas project, which is a pattern by Elizabeth Hartman, and I'm doing this as a collab with Becca from the Sew Becca channel. We're having fun putting this together, and we did some work on this yesterday morning on my live as well. I was hoping to get these two pandas done, but unfortunately I did not. But this is what I got done so far. So I got this nice face, and I think this one turned out really cute. And I'm loving this orange down here as well. I think it's going to turn out really nicely as a sweater. So hopefully in the next week or two, we'll be able to see this one finished as well. And then the second one looks exactly the same, and it's going to have a nice yellow sweater as well. And this is going to be the same fabric I've used in the past as a backing on my t-shirt quilt that I entered into the show last year. And then the other project I've been working on is cutting out all the fabric for this block, which is the Mad Hatter, which is a pattern by Art East Quilting Co. It's part of a 10-month sew-along called the Mad Quilt Party, and there's a lot of pieces in this. Let's take a look. So this is all the pieces. Oops, some of them fell out. I'll pick those up in a minute. And so that's what I've been working on this week. I'm hoping to assemble that sometime this week as well, but we'll see how things go. So that's what I had for my works in progress. So now let's just move on to our week in review. And if you haven't been here before, welcome. And this is just a series of videos I take during the week, mostly of me sewing, but also of any adventures we get up to throughout the week, and also some other doggos. So I hope you enjoy. Last week I asked everybody what their favorite crafting tool was, and I loved reading through all the responses. There were so many great responses, like rotary cutters with a sharp blade, stripology rulers, and much, much more. I loved reading all the responses, so thank you so much for doing that. This week I wanted to ask, since we had Thanksgiving here in the US this past week, what is your favorite side dish? Like when you go to a potluck or you have a meal with family and friends, like a special meal, what is your favorite side dish? I think for me, actually, I know what mine is. It is corn pudding, which is a dish we make at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it has corn, eggs, a little bit of sugar, and some other fun stuff there as well. That's my favorite side dish. Let me know what yours is. So what are my goals for this week? Well, the first thing I'd like to get achieved is the last two blocks for the Fab Farm, which is a pattern by Elizabeth Hartman, and also a collab that I'm doing with Stephen Bland from Bland Designs and Idiot Quilter, Stephanie Stitches, and Shannon from Slay Arts. And I have 2 blocks left to do, which is the 2 sunflower blocks. So I'm hoping I can get that done this week. And then the second thing I'd like to get done is assemble this bunch of goodness into the Mad Hatter block. I'm going to do this piece first because it keeps falling out. So that is my goals for this week. Let me know what your goals are for this week. So next up is our questions and answers section. The first question that came in is from my friend Naomi, and she asked if I'd ever considered raising my sewing machine a few inches to try and reduce neck strain. Thankfully, I don't have neck strain for my sewing machine. I try to take regular breaks. I used to get back pain when I first started, but that's thankfully gone away. But I worry that raising it is going to throw off so many things right now, because I'm so used to it being at a certain position and everything else. But I'm sure at some point in the future, that is something I'm going to need to worry about, and I have thought about that a little bit. The next question came in from my friend Lisa Marie Espirito, and I hope I got the name right. And she was asking if I have or want an ergonomic rotary cutter. The answer to it, do I have one, is no. I use this little Fiskars, one that you all buy when you first start with the cutting kit. But it's been working well for me. Do I want one like it's ergonomic? I think so. I think it'd be fun to try out a couple of different ones and just see if there's a better product out there, because I'm sure there is. I just really haven't looked into it. If you know of one that you really like and recommend, throw it in the chat, or not the chat, the comments, and I'll definitely take that into consideration as well. And then the third question that came in is from several viewers about the timepiece block that I made last week, where I said that I made this a little boo-boo where it's down here instead of up here, and what I'm going to do with it. Well, the final decision on this is I'm going to leave it. I actually had the chance to talk to John at Art East who designed this, and I said, hey, I showed him, I said, like, what do you think? He's like, it's not going to make any difference, so leave it if you want. So that's what we got to do. I always love hearing your questions, so if you have any, please drop them in the comments or send me an email and I'll feature them on a future episode. The Tree of Life sign-up start this Friday morning, December 1st at 7 a.m. Central. This is the newest puzzle mystery quilt by Cotton Cuts, and I've been an ambassador for them over the last couple of projects, and I'm going to do it again this time. More details about this will come out in the next couple of days, but instead of using a code as we have done so in the past, I'm going to provide everybody with a link, so that way you guys can go use that link and use that, because this time the ambassadors will actually be getting a small commission from each of the projects, which I think is really neat. It won't cost you any extra, but it's going to help support the channel as well. If you don't know what the Puzzle Mystery Quilt is, I'll show you real quick. You basically get these little packages each month, although if you prepay, you get them all at once, and then you just kind of assemble the clues and you make a block each month, or sometimes two, and at the end of the 10 months you get the instructions on how to put it all together. But it's really fun. It's super simple to put together. There's lots of tutorials like Ian's and so forth, and it's just a lot of fun. So if you are considering joining in, go take a look at the website right now. I'll put the link in the description, and then let me know which colorway you're considering doing. I have my eyes on a few, and I'm really excited to see which one I've been assigned as well. So I hope you join me along on this. And so next up is our news and events. The first thing that came out was my Investigating Quilts, where I showcased a wonderful quilt made fully of hexes. You should go check it out. It was a beautiful quilt. And then about midweek, I released a time-lapse of the White Rabbit block, which is part of the Mad Quilt Party by Art East as well. And that was a lot of fun seeing that come together. Yesterday morning, I was on my live with my two guests, So Becker and Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter. I was 20 minutes late. I woke up 8 minutes after it was supposed to start. Whoops. We won't do that again, right? And the next week, I just need to verify this, but we should have my friend April Sortel come back and join me out as well. And then finally, one more thing I'm going to do next Saturday will be at 5 p.m. Eastern over on Stephanie's channel. Stephen, Shannon, and Stephanie and I will all come together and do some more work on the Fab Farm, which we've all been working on I've been working on Fab Farm. They're doing their own patterns as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely check all those videos out, and I hope to see you next Saturday morning and evening as well. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this is episode 100. I'm absolutely ecstatic, and I love this achievement that I've been here for 100 episodes. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you that have clicked on 1 or 5 or 10 or 20 or 50 or even 100 of these episodes, because I would not be here without you. It's because of you as the viewers, the reason I keep producing these videos and being able to share my quilting adventures with you. Let me know how many episodes you've watched. Have you seen all of them? And if you haven't, maybe go back and check them out. But just keep in mind, when I started, I was super nervous, super shy in front of the camera, and it's taken some time to develop the camera presence, so just bear with me on that one. I know I was kind of shaky and nervous at the beginning, but it gets better, I promise. But thank you all again once more. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you for these 100 episodes, and I'm looking forward to the next 100 plus episodes as well. And so now it's time for me to be able to share with you a completed quilt block. This is the final animal in the Fab Farm project by Elizabeth Hartman, which is one I've been working on over the last couple of months, and I think this one turned out really cute. I ended up using a grey, 2 different greys for the chicken, and I think it turned out really, really nicely. Let me know what you think. Does he kind of look mad to you, like someone's really upset and it's marching off somewhere to go tell off whoever it is that's upset the poor chicken? Let me know. But this is the last one. I have 2 sunflowers left to cut out and put together. I'm hoping to get that done this week, so that way I can go ahead and just put the whole quilt top together in our live together with Stephanie, Stephen, and Shannon. But wait, there's more. I gave a little hint yesterday on our live, but I may have a new assistant. Not really. But we have a new quilter in the house. Lorenzo, who's one of our exchange students, has been interested in learning how to quilt, and last weekend he said, hey, it's time, let's go ahead and get started on teach me how to quilt. We decided to make a baby quilt for his little sister, and he did such a wonderful job with this. He learnt very quickly, he listened, he just did a wonderful job putting it together. And I think it took him maybe 2 or 3 hours, but we put this whole quilt top together, and I want to be able to share it with you right now. So this is what we made. I cut out all the fabric. I figured it was easier that way. I just wanted him to concentrate right now on the sewing. And this is it here. So yeah, the quilt top is done. We made it about 36 by 48. So it's going to be a nice little toddler quilt, so that way she can sit under it, because she's like 1.5 right now. So that's a lot of fun there. And we'll go ahead and get it basted and quilted, and we'll take a little bit of footage of that as well, so you'll be able to see Lorenzo's progress on that. And then we hope to be able to maybe make some more quilts before he goes back to Italy back in June. So that concludes today's episode. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. Thank you so much for celebrating episode 100 with me. If you did like the video, hit the like button, share with a friend, and I always love hearing comments. I'm a little behind in responding, but I am reading them as they come in. So I hope you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you next week for episode 101. Happy sewing. Bye.